Hello, my name is Sarah Vieira. Today I will be presenting alongside Inés Mabrigades and Maria Inés de Andrés. Our topic for the presentation is boosting speaking skills through fluency activities for an adult A2 level class according to CEFR. Before jumping into the topic of boosting speaking skills with fluency activities, we must ask ourselves, what is speaking? It is the means by which we interact and communicate in immediate situations. So, of course, whether we do it fluently or not will determine if our ideas will be understood. There are many ways in which we can express ourselves, but nothing is louder than speech itself. Now, when applying the term teaching speaking skills, what is meant is to teach ESL learners how to build and share meaning by organizing their thoughts in meaningful and logical ways. To accomplish this, the teacher creates spontaneous situations which allow the students to practice the English in an environment of respect. Furthermore, in order to become fluent and accurate speakers, the students must learn how to produce English speech sounds and sound patterns and to select the right vocabulary in each context. Fluency together with accuracy are two factors which can determine the success of English language students. Essentially, accuracy is the ability to produce sentences by using the correct grammar and vocabulary. On the other hand, fluency is the ability to produce easily and smoothly the language. We will have to admit that teaching fluency is different from teaching other aspects of the English language. When teaching fluency, we must be willing to let go of the control in our classroom in terms of error correction. This means to let the students have some of the control and let them do some of the work. We must set up situations in which fluency can develop and always encourage the students to actually communicate.
Hello, my name is Maria Inés and I will talk from now on. Well, our topic is boosting speaking skills through fluency activities, and our target audience is adults A2 level according to CEFR. So, some characteristics of speaking activities are: first, they require student-student interaction, giving them the chance to practice English as much as possible. They are immersed in a context, and it is also important to consider topics that are appealing to the students in order to keep them motivated to learn and interested during all the class. Now, like in every effective activities, scaffolding should be provided before the activity. So, vocabulary or grammar related to the topic should be pre-taught before the activity. Also, gambits should be taught or at least refreshed during this stage. All of these things, vocabulary, grammar, and gambits, can be written on the board because visual support is very important during an activity, a fluency activity in this case. So finally, the teacher must always be sure that all the students know what they have to do during the task. And something the teacher can do to verify this is to ask one of the students to retell what they are supposed to do. Okay, the fluency activities aim to provide students with the tools to speak and interact with each other with little to no problems. There is a variety of tasks that can accomplish this. For example, guessing activities, role-play activities, and show-and-tell activities. Today, we will focus in our role-play activity, and the topic will be ordering in a restaurant. Now let's look at some characteristics of our target learners. First of all, they are adults, so because of their age, then they tend to be self-directed in their lives. So they will want and they will need.
My name is Inés, and in the light of what was previously said, here we will present a fluency activity to boost speaking skills for adult A2 learners. The objective of this activity is to learn and practice new vocabulary about ordering food and to role-play a real-life situation at a restaurant. To begin, students will work in groups of 3 or 4 and they will have to brainstorm ideas about the topic food. After 5 minutes, and as a class, they will have to share the ideas they came up with. After this warm-up, the teacher will provide more vocabulary necessary to perform the wild activity. First, in pairs, the students will have to discuss and match the words with meanings provided on a worksheet. And after some minutes, they will compare their answers as a class. They will have to elaborate a sentence that contains one of the words, the new words they have learned, and they will have to share it with a partner. When students have finished with the sentences, the teacher will ask them if they know how to order food in a restaurant. As a class, they will discuss their ideas, writing 2 lists on the board, one for the waiter, waitress, and the other for the customer. Phrases and gambits such as "May I help you?", "Do you want to order now?", "Are you paying by cash or credit card?" could be written on the waiter and waitress lists, and on the customer list, phrases and gambits such as "Yes please", "I would like to have a", "By the way, do you have a", "Do you accept a credit card?". Moving on, they will stay in pairs and pretend that one of them is the waiter waitress and the other a client who will have a menu with the food offer at the restaurant. They will have to make sure to change what they order and switch roles afterwards. They will use the example provided in the worksheet given, like for instance the waiter would ask "What would you like to order?" and the client would answer "A Caesar salad please". After this activity, the students will create a brief dialogue in which they ask and answer questions about their favorite food. They both will have to ask and answer. When they have completed the task, they can volunteer to share with the class their answers. Finally, to wrap up the class, the students will have to share a new word they have learned from the lesson, as well as implement it on a sentence. In conclusion, considering that students acquire knowledge better if they have the opportunity to practice, proposing them this kind of activities in which they need to talk in order to solve problems or situations exposes them to real communication. On the other hand, taking into consideration the target audience in the class, we decided to use a topic that would engage them and cause the desire to learn conforming to their age and level. We also feel that being able to recall expressions used on a daily basis by native speakers gives students the confidence to communicate fluently, and it is also beneficial later on in the students' lives. Furthermore, we provided much scaffolding so that they can perform the activities in a confident way, giving priority to fluency over accuracy, and allowing interaction between students in order to set a student-centered environment. As we stated before, as a teacher, during this class we want to overcorrect errors, giving them an environment in which they can feel more confident and free to express their ideas. Finally, we sequence the activities from easier to challenging, bearing in mind the level of the students, as well as their interest and motivation.